Have you ever stood at the edge of a cliff, your heart pounding, staring into an abyss where no path forward seemed possible, the weight of uncertainty pressing down on your chest? What if the job you thought you'd never land suddenly became yours, a golden opportunity dropping into your hands like a gift from heaven? Or could it be that the peace you feel in the midst of life's fiercest storms, when the winds howl and the waves crash, comes from God Himself whispering, "I'm here and I've got you through this"? These questions invite us into a sacred journey of faith, where every unexpected turn, every quiet moment of stillness reveals the Almighty's hand weaving a divine plan for your life, a plan overflowing with purpose, hope, and a love that carries you through even the darkest valleys. Let's explore the first signs of God's work in your story, from opportunities that defy all logic to a peace that defies all chaos, proving He's shaping your destiny with a power that turns the impossible into the possible, a power that lights your way when all seems lost. Picture yourself in a moment of sheer desperation. You're standing in front of a hiring manager, clutching a resume that feels woefully inadequate, your palms sweaty, your mind racing with doubts about your qualifications. You know your experience falls short, your skills don't quite match the job description, and the competition seems unbeatable. Or maybe you're sitting alone at your kitchen table late at night, the dim light casting long shadows over a pile of unpaid bills scattered like fallen leaves across the wood, each one a stark reminder of your dwindling bank account. You bow your head, your voice trembling as you whisper a prayer for a financial miracle, but no help seems near, no friend to call, no solution in sight, just the silence of your empty room. Then, out of nowhere, a door cracks open, letting in a sliver of golden light. The phone rings. It's a job offer you never dreamed of, a position you didn't even think you'd be considered for, the manager's voice warm with approval. Or a check arrives in the mail, slipping through the slot in your door with a soft thud, from a source you can't trace, a refund you forgot about, a gift from a distant relative, a blessing you didn't see coming. That, my friends, isn't a random stroke of luck or a happy coincidence. It's the mighty hand of Almighty God carving a path through the wilderness of your life, making a way where there seemed to be no way, turning your despair into a doorway to hope. The Bible captures this divine truth in a powerful promise from Isaiah 43:19, where God declares, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." Pause for a moment and let those words sink deep into your soul. God doesn't play by the rules of human logic. He doesn't need your carefully crafted 5-year plans, your detailed spreadsheets, or your limited reasoning to work miracles in your life. He moves far beyond the boundaries of your mind, turning barren wastelands into flowing rivers that shimmer under the sun, transforming dead-end roads into wide-open highways that lead to a future filled with promise. He's the God who creates streams in the driest deserts, who builds bridges over the deepest chasms, who plants seeds of hope in the hardest soil. He sees what you cannot see, knows what you cannot know, and works in ways you cannot predict. When you're stuck in a rut, when you're hopeless and certain there's no way forward, that's when God steps in, rolling up His sleeves, His voice steady and sure, saying, "Watch me work, my child. I'll make a way for you." Let's take a moment to reflect on those times when hope felt like a distant star twinkling faintly in a sky of despair too far to reach with your outstretched hands. Maybe you were at a community event, feeling out of place among the chatter and laughter, when a stranger with a kind smile struck up a conversation. That casual chat turned into an introduction to someone who'd change your career forever, a mentor, a boss, a partner who opened doors you didn't even know existed. Or perhaps an opportunity landed in your lap without any effort on your part, a scholarship you didn't apply for, its letter arriving with your name in bold, a promotion you didn't expect, announced in a meeting that left you speechless, a project that came your way like a gift dropped from heaven, its possibilities sparkling in your mind. Was that just good fortune smiling on you? A roll of the dice in life's unpredictable game? No, it was God orchestrating the intricate details of your life, pulling strings you didn't even know existed, weaving a tapestry of favor just for you with threads of grace and mercy. Imagine a weary traveler lost in a scorching desert, his throat parched and dry, his steps faltering under the blazing sun, his vision blurring with exhaustion as the sand stretches endlessly before him. His water flask is empty, his strength fading, and just as he's about to collapse under the weight of despair, he stumbles upon a cool, life-giving stream shimmering in the sunlight, its waters sparkling like a promise of life, its gentle ripples inviting him to drink deeply. That's what God does for you. He creates streams in your driest seasons, opportunities in your darkest moments, hope in your deepest despair. And here's the most incredible part. When God opens a door, no force in the universe can slam it shut. No critic's sharp tongue slicing through your confidence with harsh words like a blade can stop his plan. No enemy's hidden schemes, lurking in the shadows to trip you up with traps and pitfalls, can derail his purpose for you. No impossible circumstance, no matter how towering or immovable it seems like a mountain blocking your path, can halt what God has set in motion with his divine hand. The world might try to drag you down, whispering doubts in your ear with a voice that lingers. You're not enough. You'll never make it. You don't deserve this blessing. People might scoff at your dreams, shaking their heads in disbelief, their laughter echoing in your mind like a mocking chorus. But when it's God's appointed time to lift you up, nothing, not a single force in heaven or on earth, can stand in his way. His timing is perfect, his power unstoppable, his love unwavering. Have you noticed doors swinging open lately, even when they make no sense at all? Perhaps a job you weren't qualified for, its offer letter arriving like a surprise party invitation, a connection you didn't seek, born from a chance encounter at a coffee shop, a blessing you didn't expect, like a sudden rain in a drought. Those are signs, clear and radiant, that God is moving in your life, guiding you with his unseen hand toward a future you can't yet see. A destiny crafted just for you with love, intention, and a promise of more to come. But life isn't always a gentle breeze rustling through the trees, carrying the scent of spring flowers. Sometimes it's a roaring storm that threatens to uproot everything you hold dear. Trouble brews in your family, arguments flare like wildfires consuming dry grass. Misunderstandings deepen like cracks in the earth after a quake, leaving your heart heavy with sorrow and a longing for reconciliation that feels out of reach. Financial struggles tighten their grip, the weight of unpaid bills pressing down like a boulder on your shoulders, each overdue, Notice a reminder of your dwindling resources, a ticking clock counting down to despair. Health issues cast long shadows over your days. Each doctor's visit bringing more uncertainty, more questions about your future, more fear creeping into your thoughts like an uninvited guest. Friends you once trusted turn their backs, their betrayal cutting deeper than any knife, leaving you isolated and wounded, their silence louder than words. In those moments, it's natural to panic, to feel fear clawing at your chest like a wild animal desperate to escape, to watch hope slip through your fingers like grains of sand in an hourglass, each grain a lost chance at peace. You might lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, the darkness pressing in like a heavy blanket, your mind racing with questions. How will I get through this? Is there any way out? Will I ever see the light again, or am I doomed to wander in this storm forever? But then, in the eye of that raging tempest, when the winds howl and the waves crash against the shores of your soul, something miraculous happens. A deep, unshakable peace settles over you, a calm that defies every ounce of logic, a stillness the world can neither give nor take away. It's as if a warm light pierces through the storm clouds, wrapping you in a gentle glow, soothing your racing heart, quieting your restless mind. That, my friends, is the tender presence of God, wrapping you in His loving embrace, holding you close when the world feels like it's falling apart at the seams, its foundations shaking beneath your feet. When God helps you, He doesn't always sweep the storm away in an instant, though He certainly has the power to command the winds and waves with a single word. Sometimes His help comes in a different form. He plants a peace within your soul, a strength to stand firm amid the tempest's fury, a quiet assurance that whispers, "I am with you, and I will never leave you," no matter how fierce the storm becomes. Picture Jesus and His disciples in a fragile boat on the Sea of Galilee, the waves crashing like thunder against the hull, the winds howling like a pack of wolves circling their prey, the disciples' hearts pounding with terror. They're gripping the sides of the boat, their knuckles white with strain, shouting over the storm, certain they're about to perish beneath the churning waters. They can barely see through the sheets of rain, their voices hoarse with fear as they cry out for help, their faith tested by the rising tide. Yet Jesus, the Prince of Peace, sleeps soundly in the stern, His head resting on a cushion, undisturbed by the chaos surrounding Him, His breathing steady and calm. Why? Because He knew who held the storm in His hands, His Father in heaven, the Creator of the winds and the waves, the one who spoke the world into being. When the disciples woke Him, their voices trembling with fear, their eyes wide with panic, He stood, looked out at the raging sea with a gaze of authority, and spoke just 3 simple words, "Peace, be still," from Mark 4:39. Instantly, the winds ceased their howling, the waves fell silent, the sea became as smooth as glass, its surface reflecting the first stars of the night, obeying the voice of its Creator. The disciples stood in awe, their mouths agape, their hearts still racing, but now with wonder, not fear, marveling at the power they had witnessed, the peace that followed the storm. 1.5. That's the kind of peace God offers you, a rock-solid foundation that lets you stand tall when everything around you trembles, when the ground shakes and the skies darken. Your problems might not vanish overnight. The storm might still rage for a season, its winds still howling, its waves still crashing against the shores of your life. But fear no longer rules your heart. You don't crumble under pressure as you once did, your knees buckling under the weight of despair. You don't lose your mind as others might expect, spiraling into chaos and hopelessness. Instead, you walk through the storm with a quiet confidence, a steady hope that baffles those around you, a light that shines even in the deepest night. People will gaze at you, their eyes wide with wonder, their voices hushed as they ask, how are they still standing? How do they manage to smile through this darkness? How do they keep going when everything seems lost, when the odds are stacked against them? The answer is beautifully simple. God is with you, holding you close. His presence a shield against the storm's fury. His love a light that pierces the darkest night. His strength a foundation that never fails. If you're facing a tempest now, waves of worry crashing against your spirit, winds of doubt howling in your ears, rain of fear drenching your hope shed, feel that unexplainable peace deep within. Take heart. That's a sign God is holding you, shielding you, whispering through the storm, you're never alone, my child. It's as if He's sitting beside you in the boat, His hand on your shoulder, His voice calm and steady, saying, trust me, I've got this. When the time is right, He'll either calm the storm raging around you, silencing the winds and waves with His mighty hand, or He'll calm the storm within your soul, giving you the strength to endure until the skies clear and the sun breaks through with its warm golden rays. Either way, His help is already at work, lifting you, guiding you, sustaining you through the darkest nights. Have you felt that peace lately? A quiet strength that defies the chaos, a whisper of hope in the howling winds, a gentle promise in the midst of the storm. That's God's first gift to you, a clear signal that He's unfolding His plan in your life, step by step, with a love that never fails, a power that never falters, and a promise that never breaks. Trust Him, for the one who commands the storms is the one who holds your heart, guiding you to a future filled with hope, purpose, and an unshakable peace that the world can never take away. Have you ever found yourself wrestling with a problem your mind couldn't unravel, only to see a solution unfold in ways you never dreamed possible? What if the strangers who step into your life at just the right moment are divine messengers sent to lift you when you're on the verge of giving up? Or could it be that the strength you feel surging through you when you're at your weakest comes from a power far greater than your own, guiding you toward a destiny written in the stars above? These questions draw us deeper into a journey of faith, where God's plan reveals itself through the people He places in your path and the strength He pours into your spirit, proving His hand is always at work, even when the road ahead is cloaked in shadows and mystery. Let's explore how God moves beyond human understanding, sending helpers to guide you and empowering you with a strength that transforms your weaknesses into moments of triumph. Imagine this. You're sitting alone in a dimly lit room, the silence heavy around you, your mind spinning as you grapple with a problem that feels utterly unsolvable, a financial crisis with no end in sight, its numbers blurring into a maze of despair as you stare at your bank statement, a career setback that leaves you questioning your worth, the rejection letters piling up like storm clouds on the horizon, each one a blow to your confidence, or a personal struggle that defies all logic, its weight pressing down on your soul like a boulder, leaving you gasping for air. Your thoughts race in circles, your carefully laid plans crumble like sandcastles under a rushing tide, and you wonder, how can I possibly move forward from this? Is there any way out of this darkness? Then, out of the blue, a solution emerges, like a beam of light, breaking through a foggy dawn, cutting through the haze with a clarity that takes your breath away. Maybe it's a friend who offers advice you hadn't considered, their words a lifeline thrown across stormy waters, or a chance meeting at a coffee shop that opens a door you didn't know existed. The aroma of roasted beans mingling with a newfound hope that warms your heart. That, my friends, isn't the product of your own reasoning. It's God moving beyond what your mind can comprehend, weaving solutions into the fabric of your life that leave you standing in awe of His power. The Bible hints at this divine mystery in Isaiah 43:19, where God declares, "Behold, I will do a new thing, now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness, and rivers in the desert." Pause for a moment and let those words settle deep into your heart, like rain soaking into parched ground. God doesn't rely on your spreadsheets, your logical deductions, or your carefully crafted strategies to work miracles in your life. He operates on a higher plane, a realm where human limits dissolve like mist in the morning sun, turning barren wastelands into flowing rivers that shimmer under the golden light, transforming dead-end roads into wide-open highways that lead to a future filled with promise and hope. He's the God who creates streams in the driest deserts, who builds bridges over the deepest chasms, who plants seeds of hope in the hardest, rockiest soil, where nothing else can grow. He sees what you cannot see with your earthly eyes, knows what you cannot know with your finite mind, and works in ways you cannot predict with your human plans. When you're stuck in a rut, when hope feels like a distant memory fading with each passing day, when you're certain there's no way forward, that's when God steps in, His voice steady and sure, saying, "Watch me work, my child. I'll make a way where there seems to be none, a path where only walls once stood." Let's take a moment to reflect on those times when the darkness seemed to close in, when hope felt like a distant star twinkling faintly in a sky of despair, too far to reach with your outstretched hands, its light a mere whisper against the night. Maybe you were at a community event, feeling out of place among the chatter and laughter, the noise a stark contrast to the silence weighing on your heart, when a stranger with a kind smile struck up a conversation. That casual chat over a cup of steaming tea or a shared laugh about the weather turned into an introduction to someone who'd change your career forever, a mentor whose wisdom lit your path like a torch in the night. Their advice a map through uncharted territory. A boss whose belief in you defied the odds. Their faith a mirror reflecting your hidden potential. A spark that ignited your dreams. Or a partner whose collaboration opened doors you didn't even know existed. Their handshake a gateway to new possibilities. Or perhaps an opportunity landed in your lap without any effort on your part, a scholarship you didn't apply for, its letter arriving with your name in bold print, a promotion you didn't expect, announced in a meeting that left you speechless with gratitude, a project that came your way like a gift dropped from heaven, its possibilities sparkling in your mind like diamonds scattered in the sand. Was that just good fortune smiling on you? A roll of the dice in life's unpredictable game? No. It was God orchestrating the intricate details of your life, pulling strings you didn't even know existed, weaving a tapestry of favor just for you, with threads of grace, mercy, and divine timing that only He could design. Imagine a weary traveler lost in a scorching desert, his throat parched and dry, his lips cracked from the relentless sun beating down, his steps faltering under the weight of exhaustion, As the sand stretches endlessly before him, a sea of golden despair. His water flask is empty, its last drop long gone, his strength fading like a candle flickering in the wind, its flame dancing weakly against the encroaching darkness. And just as he's about to collapse under the burden of despair, he stumbles upon a cool, life-giving stream shimmering in the sunlight, its waters sparkling like a promise of life, its gentle ripples inviting him to drink deeply and rest his weary body. The traveler falls to his knees, cupping the water in his hands, the coolness reviving his spirit, the sound of the stream a symphony of hope that drowns out the silence of the desert. That's what God does for you. He creates streams in your driest seasons, opportunities in your darkest moments, hope in your deepest despair, turning your wilderness into a place of renewal and promise. And here's the most incredible part. When God opens a door, no force in the universe can slam it shut. No critic's sharp tongue, slicing through your confidence with harsh words like a blade on glass, can stop his plan from unfolding. No enemy's hidden schemes, lurking in the shadows to trip you up with traps and pitfalls, can derail his purpose for your life. No impossible circumstance, no matter how towering or immovable it seems, like a mountain blocking your path, with its jagged peaks piercing the sky, can halt what God has set in motion with his divine hand. The world might try to drag you down, whispering doubts in your ear with a voice that lingers like a shadow. You're not enough. You'll never make it. You don't deserve this blessing. People might scoff at your dreams, shaking their heads in disbelief, their laughter echoing in your mind like a mocking chorus, their skepticism a weight on your shoulders that threatens to crush you. But when it's God's appointed time to lift you up, nothing, not a single force in heaven or on earth, can stand in his way. His timing is perfect, his power unstoppable, his love unwavering, a rock that stands firm against the tides of doubt and fear. Have you noticed doors swinging open lately, even when they make no sense at all? Perhaps a job you weren't qualified for, its offer letter arriving like a surprise party invitation, a connection you didn't seek, born from a chance encounter at a grocery store checkout, a blessing you didn't expect, like a sudden rain shower in a drought-stricken land. Those are signs, clear and radiant as the morning sun, that God is moving in your life, guiding you with his unseen hand toward a future you can't yet see. A destiny crafted just for you with love, intention, and a promise of abundance that will take your breath away. But God's help doesn't stop with opportunities. It extends to the people he sends into your life to guide you, support you, and sometimes even challenge you to grow. Have you ever felt lost, unsure of your next step, the path ahead cloaked in fog, only to have the perfect person appear at the perfect time, their presence a beacon in the mist? Maybe a mentor stepped in with wisdom that lit your path, their voice steady like a guiding star on a moonless night, their advice a compass pointing you toward your true north. Or a friend offered encouragement when despair loomed like a storm cloud, their words a lifeline pulling you from the edge of surrender, their embrace a reminder that you're not alone. Perhaps a stranger's comment struck your heart like a sermon crafted just for you, their kindness an unexpected gift that rekindled your hope, their smile a reflection of God's love. That's no accident. It's God placing the right people in your life at the right moment, a divine choreography you can't orchestrate on your own, a dance of grace that moves to the rhythm of his plan. The Bible affirms this in Psalm 37:23, declaring, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord." Every encounter isn't random. It's part of God's design to guide you, strengthen you, and push you toward your destiny. Each step a note in the symphony of His purpose for you. Think of Ruth, a poor widow gathering scraps in a field, her future uncertain, the weight of poverty pressing down on her like a heavy cloak, her hands calloused from toil. Yet God led her to Boaz, a man whose kindness and generosity transformed her life forever, lifting her from despair to a place of honor, her story a testament to God's provision. Or consider Joseph, betrayed by his brothers, their jealousy a dagger in his back, forgotten in a prison cell, the cold stone walls echoing his loneliness, the iron chains a constant reminder of his suffering. But God placed him before Pharaoh at just the right time, elevating him from prisoner to prime minister in a single day, his rags replaced by robes of authority, his tears replaced by triumph. That's how God works. He places people in your life when you need them most, turning your trials into testimonies, your pain into purpose. Imagine a friend stepping in just as you're about to give up, their encouraging smile breaking through the storm of your tears, their words a balm for your wounded spirit, their laughter a melody that drowns out your doubts. Or a boss who sees potential in you that others overlook, their faith in you igniting a fire you didn't know you had, pushing you to reach higher than you ever thought possible, their trust a ladder to your dreams. Maybe a stranger at a bus stop shares a word that confirms what God has already whispered to your heart, their voice a gentle echo of His promise, their presence a reminder that God sees you. These aren't chance meetings. They're divine appointments, handcrafted by the Creator to guide you through life's maze, to light your way when the path grows dark. But here's a twist worth pondering. Sometimes God also removes people from your life, pruning the branches that no longer bear fruit. Not everyone is meant to journey where He's taking you. If someone walked out, their departure leaving a void that aches like a fresh wound, or a friendship faded unexpectedly, its absence a silent ache, don't chase after them. Trust that God knows the season of each relationship, the purpose it was meant to serve. Some are like spring flowers, blooming briefly to teach you, grow you, then fading away with the season's change. Others are like mighty oaks, standing strong for a lifetime, their roots deep and enduring. If a connection ends, it might sting, the pain sharp and lingering, but don't despair. God will always send the right ones. When you need them most, their arrival a sunrise after a long night. Have you met people lately who've opened doors or lifted you through unexpected connections? A neighbor who offered help just when you needed it? A coworker who shared an opportunity that changed your trajectory? A family member who believed in you when others turned away? That's a sign God is working behind the scenes, aligning your path with His purpose, placing helpers in your life like stars in a night sky, each one lighting your way with a glow that guides you home. But His help goes beyond people. It extends to the strength He gives you when you're at your breaking point. There are moments when you feel utterly spent, the burden too heavy to bear, its weight pressing down like a mountain on your back, the pain too deep to escape, its echoes resonating in your soul like a mournful song, the obstacles too towering to climb, their heights mocking your efforts with their sheer scale. You whisper to yourself, "I can't go on," your voice breaking with exhaustion, your strength fading like a candle guttering in the wind, its flame dancing weakly before the encroaching darkness, your body trembling under the strain. Yet somehow, you rise the next day, your feet finding the floor despite the ache in your bones, your heart finding the will to face the battle again, a flicker of resolve sparking within you like an ember in the ashes. That somehow isn't your own power. It's God holding you up when you can't stand alone. His arms a cradle beneath your weary frame, His breath reviving your spirit with a warmth that chases away the cold. Isaiah 40:31 promises, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." When your energy runs dry, when your legs tremble under the weight of life's trials, when your spirit feels crushed by the relentless pace, God's power steps in, lifting you like an eagle soaring above the storm, its wings cutting through the clouds with grace and majesty, its eyes fixed on the horizon where the sun awaits. Picture young David, a shepherd boy with nothing but a sling and a few smooth stones, standing before Goliath, a giant warrior clad in gleaming armor, his spear raised high like a banner of doom, his voice booming with threats that shook the ground beneath the onlookers' feet. David had no sword, no shield, no military training, nothing in the natural to give him an edge against such a formidable foe. The odds were stacked against him, the crowd holding its breath in fearful anticipation, waiting for his defeat, the soldiers murmuring their doubts, their whispers a chorus of disbelief. But he had something greater, God's strength. With a single stone and unwavering faith, he felled the giant, the stone striking true with a force that defied physics, the giant falling with a thunderous crash that echoed across the valley, proving that God's power turns the weak into warriors, the overlooked into heroes, the impossible into a victory that would be sung for generations. Or think of Paul, a man beaten bloody by persecutors, his body scarred and bruised from their lashings, shipwrecked on stormy seas, the waves crashing around him with relentless fury, imprisoned in cold, damp cells, the chains rattling with every move he made, yet still preaching with unyielding fire, his voice ringing with hope across the stone walls, reaching hearts even in the darkest places. He declared in 2 Corinthians 12:10, "When I am weak, then I am strong, because God's power flowed through him, a river of strength in his frail human frame, a current that carried him through every trial, every storm, every chain." Maybe you've been through trials that should have broken you, a loss that cut deep, its pain lingering like a shadow that follows you, a setback that seemed final, its weight crushing your dreams into dust, a pain that echoed through your nights, keeping you awake with its haunting refrain. Yet here you are, still standing, your spirit unbroken, your hope alive like an ember glowing in the ashes, refusing to be snuffed out. People might look at you, their brows furrowed, their voices soft with curiosity, and wonder, how do they keep going? How do they endure when the world crumbles around them, when the odds are stacked against them? You know the truth. It's not your willpower holding you up. It's God carrying you, His arms steady, His love relentless, His presence a fortress in the storm, a refuge where you can rest. As long as He's with you, no trial, no hardship, no obstacle can take you down. You'll overcome, not because of who you are, but because of who He is, a God who strengthens the weak, lifts the fallen, and turns your struggles into stepping stones to glory, each one a marker on the path to your destiny. Have you felt that strength lately? A surge of power when you're at your lowest, a lift when you're about to fall, a whisper of courage in the silence that surrounds you? That's God's gift to you. A clear sign. He's unfolding His plan, empowering you to rise and shine, to walk boldly into the future. He's prepared a future where His strength becomes your strength, His victory, your victory, His love, your anchor in every storm. Have you ever wondered why storms don't always vanish the moment you pray, yet you find peace holding you steady in the chaos? What if the protection you felt from unseen dangers is God's hand shielding you from harm you never knew was near? Or could it be that the blessings arriving just in time are signs of a provider who never forgets you even in your wilderness? These questions guide us deeper into a journey of faith where God's plan unfolds through His protection, provision, and the transformation He works within you, proving His love is active, even when the path feels uncertain. Let's uncover how God guards you, provides for you, and reshapes your heart, turning trials into triumphs. Picture this. You're caught in a storm, the winds howling like a chorus of unrest, waves crashing against the fragile boat of your life, threatening to pull you under. You pray for the tempest to stop, your voice trembling with urgency, but the skies remain dark, the rain unrelenting. Yet in that moment a strange peace settles over you, a calm that defies the chaos, a stillness that wraps around your heart like a warm blanket. That's not your doing, it's God giving you peace in the midst of the storm, a gift that holds you when the world shakes. The Bible paints this picture vividly with Jesus and His disciples in a boat on the Sea of Galilee. The waves roared, the winds screamed, the disciples' hearts pounded with terror as they gripped the sides, certain they'd perish. But Jesus slept, His head resting on a cushion, undisturbed, because He knew the one who commanded the storm. When they woke Him, crying out in fear, He stood and spoke 3 simple words, "Peace, be still," from Mark 4:39. And the sea obeyed, the winds hushed, the chaos stilled by His voice. That's the peace God offers you, not always an instant end to your trials, but a strength to stand firm while they rage. Your problems might linger, the storm might howl for a season, but fear no longer rules you. You don't crumble as others expect. You don't lose hope when the odds stack against you. People may look at you, puzzled, and ask, how do they stay so calm? How do they smile through this? The answer is God's presence, a shield around your soul. If you've felt that peace lately, a quiet strength amid life's tempests, that's a sign God is with you, holding you, whispering that you're never alone. He may calm the storm around you when the time is right, or He may calm the storm within, giving you resilience to endure until the sun breaks through. But God's help goes beyond peace. He protects you from dangers you can't see. Have you ever escaped a disaster by the narrowest margin, your heart racing as you realize how close you came? Maybe you narrowly avoided a car accident, the screech of tires fading as you catch your breath, or a last-minute change of plans kept you from a harmful situation, the news later revealing what might have been. Perhaps harm was planned against you, whispers of envy or malice circling like vultures, but it never touched you, the threat dissolving like mist. That's no luck, it's God's protective hand shielding you. Isaiah 54:17 declares, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper," a promise that weapons may form, enemies may scheme, but they won't succeed because God stands as your defender. Think of Daniel in the lion's den, surrounded by beasts, their jaws open, the king powerless to save him, the law stacked against him like a stone wall. Yet God shut the lions' mouths, preserving Daniel unharmed, his faith a testimony to divine protection. Or the three Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, cast into a fiery furnace, the flames roaring with fury, the heat so intense it should have consumed them instantly. But they walked out untouched, a fourth figure God himself standing with them in the fire, his presence a shield against the blaze. How many times has God spared you without your knowledge? Maybe a delay at home kept you from an accident on the road, the traffic later reported as a pileup, or a person's departure revealed their true intentions later, their absence a blessing in disguise. If you've walked away from what should have harmed you, that's a sign God's angels are guarding you, His presence a fortress around you. No harm can touch you unless He allows it, and if He does, it's to prepare a greater victory. So don't live in fear of the enemy's plans. If God is for you, who can be against you? Walk with confidence, knowing His protection never fails. Life can feel like a barren wilderness, the landscape empty, resources scarce, hope fading with each step. Bills pile up, their demands a constant drumbeat, no paycheck in sight, no help on the horizon. But then, just in time, a breakthrough Comesa financial blessing drops into your account. A helping hand offers support. An unexpected opportunity opens a new path. That's not chance, it's God providing exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. Philippians 4:19 assures, "But my God shall supply all your need according to His riches and glory by Christ Jesus." Not some needs, not sometimes all your needs, always drawn from His limitless abundance. Picture the widow in Elijah's time, down to her last handful of flour and a few drops of oil, preparing a final meal for herself and her son, the pantry bare, the future bleak. But God sent His prophet, and through her faith her supply never ran out, she poured, and God kept refilling, the jar never emptying, the jug never drying, a miracle unfolding in her kitchen. Or the Israelites in the desert, no farms to tend, no stores to visit, the sand stretching endlessly, yet manna rained from heaven each morning, a sweet gift from above, and water flowed from a rock struck by Moses, its stream a lifeline in the wasteland. Maybe you're wondering how you'll make it through your own wilderness bills, looming like storm clouds, resources scarce as desert sands, no solution in sight. But if God has provided before, He'll do it again. He doesn't need a human paycheck to bless you, a bank account to open doors. He is your source, your provider, your unshakable foundation. If you've seen provision arrive at the perfect moment, a tax refund, a friend's generosity, a job offer that's a sign God is reminding you He's got you covered. Trust Him, even when the path looks impossible. The same God who fed thousands with 5 loaves and 2 fish, the crowd marveling as baskets overflowed, is still working today, and He'll take care of you with the same miraculous care. One of the most profound signs of God's help is the transformation He works within you, a change that starts deep in your soul. Have you noticed a shift in yourself lately? Maybe you used to be consumed by anger, its heat flaring at every slight, but now you let things go with a calm heart, the fire replaced by a gentle breeze. Perhaps doubt once ruled your mind, its questions a constant storm, but now trust in God grows stronger, its roots sinking deep into faith. Or past pain held you captive, its chains rattling with every memory, but now forgiveness sets you free, its wings lifting you to new heights. That's not just human effort, it's God reshaping your heart, molding you like a potter with clay. Ezekiel 36:26 promises, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you, a transformation that starts within and radiates outward. Look at Paul, once a persecutor of Christians, his hands stained with the zeal of his past, transformed into a preacher of the gospel, his voice now a beacon of light. Or Peter, who denied Jesus in fear, his words trembling in the courtyard, later standing boldly before thousands, his courage a testament to God's work. If temptations no longer grip you as they did, their pull weakened by a newfound resolve. If you find yourself longing for God more, your prayers rising like incense, that's a sign He's working within you. Philippians 1:6 assures, He who hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ, a promise that He'll complete this beautiful transformation. Keep walking with Him, and He'll mold you into the person He created you to be, a vessel of His love and grace. Have you ever prayed for something, expecting one answer, only to receive something different that turned out better? Maybe you asked for a specific job, imagining its desk and title, but God led you to a career far beyond your dreams, its challenges shaping you in ways you never expected. Or you prayed for healing, hoping for an instant miracle, the pain vanishing like mist, but instead He took you on a journey that deepened your faith, each step a lesson in trust. Perhaps you wanted a relationship to work, your heart set on its outcome, but He removed that person, their departure a sting, to make way for someone greater, their presence a blessing. That's how God answers. He knows what's best for you, sees what you can't see with your limited vision. Isaiah 55:8-9 reminds us, For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. He sees the bigger picture, the tapestry of your life unfolding, and guides you with wisdom you can't yet grasp. Consider Joseph, who dreamed of greatness, his visions of leadership vivid in his youth, but was sold into slavery, the chains cold on his wrists, thrown into prison, the walls echoing his loneliness. He surely prayed for freedom, his heart aching for release, yet God's plan led him through trials to save a nation, his rise to power a story of redemption. Or Paul, who prayed 3 times for his thorn to be removed, the pain a constant companion, but God answered, My grace is sufficient for thee, teaching him strength in weakness, his weakness a canvas for God's glory. If your prayers have been answered differently, the outcome a surprise, but brought greater blessings, a closed door that protected you, a delay that aligned you with His timing, a no that paved the way for a yes, trust that God's way is better. When you look back, seeing His answers were wiser than your plans, that's a sign He's been guiding you all along, His love a compass, His wisdom a light. Have you ever poured out your heart in prayer, asking for something with every ounce of hope, only to receive an answer that caught you off guard, yet proved to be better than you ever imagined? What if the doors you thought should swing wide open stayed stubbornly closed, while others you never even considered led you to blessings beyond your dreams? Or could it be that the winding journey you're on, with its unexpected twists and turns, is God's way of preparing you for a purpose far greater than the plans you've drawn up in your mind? These questions guide us to the final chapter of our journey of faith, where God's answers, His perfect timing, and the preparation He orchestrates reveal a plan woven with love and wisdom, showing us that He's been guiding every step toward a destiny crafted just for you. Let's explore how God answers in unexpected ways, delivers in His flawless timing, and equips you for the calling He's placed on your life, proving His ways are always the best, even when they differ from ours. Imagine this. You're on your knees, your voice trembling as you pour out your heart in prayer, asking for something specific with all the faith you can muster, a job you've set your sights on, its corner office gleaming in your mind like a beacon of success, the title a badge of honor, a relationship you're desperate to save, its memories a lifeline in the storm of your emotions, every laugh and tear etched in your soul, or a quick fix to a problem that's been haunting you, the solution clear as day in your eyes, the relief so close you can almost touch it. You've mapped it out in your mind, picturing exactly how it should unfold, the pieces falling into place like a perfect puzzle, each step a victory you can taste. But God answers differently. Instead of that job, He leads you to a career path you never considered, its challenges stretching you like a bowstring, its rewards far greater than that corner office ever could have offered, a fulfillment that fills your days with purpose. Instead of restoring that relationship, He gently closes that door with a quiet click, the pain sharp but fleeting like a passing rain, and opens another, bringing someone into your life whose love and support lift you higher than you thought possible, their presence a gift you didn't know you needed. Instead of an instant fix, He takes you on a journey of growth, each step a lesson in faith, each detour a chance to trust Him more deeply, the path winding but leading to a strength you couldn't have gained any other way. That's how God works. His answers often surprise us, catching us off guard with their beauty, but they're always what's best for us, shaped by a wisdom that sees beyond our limited vision, a perspective that stretches across the horizon of time. Isaiah 55:8-9 reminds us, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." God sees the bigger picture, the intricate tapestry of your life woven with threads you can't yet see, golden strands of grace, silver lines of redemption, colors of hope you haven't imagined. He guides you with a perspective that spans eternity, turning your small requests into a masterpiece of His design. Think of Joseph, a young man with dreams of greatness, his visions of leadership vivid as he shared them with his family, their faces a mix of awe and envy under the starry night sky. But his path took a dark turn, sold into slavery by his own brothers, the chains cold and heavy on his wrists, thrown into a prison cell, the stone walls echoing his loneliness, the years stretching on with no hope in sight, the damp air a constant reminder of his fall. He surely prayed for freedom, his heart aching for release, for the fulfillment of those dreams he held so dear, his prayers rising like smoke from the prison floor. Yet God's answer wasn't immediate. Rescue it was a journey through trials that prepared him to save a nation, his rise to power as Egypt's second in command, a story of redemption that echoed through generations, his leadership a lifeline for millions during famine, his tears replaced by a crown of authority. Or consider Paul, who prayed 3 times for his thorn in the flesh to be removed, the pain a constant companion, its presence a daily struggle that tested his endurance, his knees worn from pleading, his heart heavy with longing. He longed for relief, his prayers fervent and sincere, but God answered, "My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness." From 2 Corinthians 12:9. That answer taught Paul to rely on God's strength, his weakness becoming a canvas for divine glory, his ministry touching countless lives because of the grace he found in his struggle, his letters, a legacy of faith. 1.5. Have you seen this in your own life? Maybe you prayed for a specific outcome, a promotion you thought would define your success, its prestige, a mirror of your worth, a healing you hoped would come swiftly, the pain vanishing like mist under the morning sun. But God led you down a different path, one that brought greater blessings, a career shift that fulfilled you in ways you never anticipated, its challenges a forge for your character, a journey through illness that deepened your faith, each day a step closer to peace, the scars a badge of resilience. If your prayers have been answered differently, the outcome a surprise that turned out better than your plans, a closed door that protected you from harm, its rejection a shield you didn't see, a delay that aligned you with His timing, the way to classroom for trust, a no that paved the way for a yes that exceeded your hopes. That's a sign. God's been guiding you all along, His love a compass pointing you true, His wisdom a light that shines brighter than your own, illuminating a path you couldn't have chosen. But God's answers come in His timing, not ours, and that can stretch our patience to its limits. You might be praying for something right now, your heart heavy with longing, financial breakthrough, the numbers in your account dwindling like a stream in drought, each bill a drumbeat of worry, a loved one's healing, their suffering a weight on your soul, their every groan a prayer you carry, a dream to come to fruition, its delay a constant ache, its vision fading like a mirage. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, the calendar pages flipping with agonizing slowness, and you wonder, when, Lord? Why the delay? Why must I wait while the storm rages? But God's timing is perfect. His delay is purposeful, designed to prepare you for what's ahead, to align every star in your sky for a breakthrough that will leave you in awe. Habakkuk 2:3 assures, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." God isn't late. He's orchestrating every detail, setting the stage for a moment that will redefine your story. Think of Abraham and Sarah, promised a son, their hearts full of hope as they envisioned a family, the laughter of a child filling their tent with joy, the promise a light in their aging eyes. But years passed, their bodies aging with each sunrise, the promise seeming more like a cruel jest with each gray hair, each wrinkle a testament to time's march. Sarah's laughter turning to disbelief when the promise was reaffirmed, her womb long past its time, her hope a fragile thread in the wind. Yet at the appointed time, Isaac was born, his name meaning laughter, a testament to God's faithfulness. Their joy complete as they held him in their arms, the cry of their child a melody of miracles. Or Lazarus, dead in the tomb for 4 days, his sisters Martha and Mary weeping by the stone, their hearts broken, the air thick with the scent of death, wondering why Jesus delayed. His absence a mystery that deepened their grief. But Jesus arrived when all hope seemed lost, calling Lazarus forth with a voice that shook the earth, the grave clothes falling away, the miracle a declaration of God's power over death itself. The sisters' tears turning to tears of joy. If you're in a season of waiting, your prayers unanswered, your dreams on hold, the silence a heavy cloak, don't lose hope. God's timing isn't yours, but it's always perfect. A rhythm you can't yet hear, but will one day dance to. When He delivers, you'll see why the wait was necessary, the pieces falling into place like a masterpiece unveiled, the colors of His plan bursting forth in glory. Perhaps you're waiting for a job. The interview's a blur of hope and rejection, but God is preparing a position that fits you perfectly. Its arrival a surprise that takes your breath away. Maybe it's a healing, the day's long with pain, but God is using it to teach you patience, the recovery a testament to His grace. When His timing unfolds, you'll understand His delays are gifts in disguise, His moments of deliverance a celebration of His faithfulness. Sometimes God's help comes through preparation, equipping you for a purpose you can't yet see, a calling that echoes in your spirit. You might be in a season of struggle, each challenge a stone in your path, its weight a test, each trial a fire refining you, its heat a sculptor's tool. But those struggles aren't meant to break you, they're meant to build you, shaping you for the destiny God has planned. Romans 8:28 promises, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to His purpose." Every hardship, every delay, every closed door is part of His design to prepare you, to make you stronger, wiser, more aligned with His will, a vessel ready for His use. Look at Moses, a prince turned fugitive, tending sheep in the desert for 40 years. The sand his companion, the silence his teacher, the sun his clock. He fled Egypt a broken man, his past stained with failure, the murder of an Egyptian a shadow on his soul. But God used that wilderness to humble him, to teach him patience, to ready him to lead a nation out of bondage. His staff a symbol of divine authority, his voice a channel for God's commands, his leadership a legacy. Or David, anointed king as a boy, his future bright with promise under the oil of Samuel's blessing, yet forced to flee from Saul, hiding in caves, the damp stone his refuge, the threat of death ever present, the spear of his enemy a constant shadow. Those years weren't wasted. They taught him to trust God in the silence, to lead with courage under pressure, to worship through pain with his harp, preparing him to be Israel's greatest king. His Psalms, a legacy of faith that still echoes today. If you're going through challenges, rejection that stings like a slap, its echo in your mind, delays that frustrate like a locked gate, trials that test your endurance, their weight, a burden on your shoulders, don't despair. God is preparing you for something greater, a purpose that requires the strength you're gaining now, a calling that demands the wisdom you're collecting. Maybe you've been passed over for opportunities, the doors slamming shut with a thud that reverberates. But those rejections are redirecting you to a better path, one that aligns with His plan, its destination, a joy you can't yet imagine. Perhaps you faced losses, the grief a heavy cloak that drags at your steps, its weight a constant companion, but they're teaching you empathy, resilience, a deeper reliance on God's comfort, His arms a refuge in the storm. If you feel God stirring a vision in you, a dream that seems too big, its scope a challenge to your faith, and see Him preparing you through your struggles, new skills emerging like buds on a tree, new strength rising like a river in spring, new clarity dawning like the morning sun, that's a sign He's equipping you for the calling He's placed on your life, shaping you into the person He created you to be, a light to shine in the darkness, a voice to speak His truth. Keep walking with Him, trusting His process, and you'll see the purpose unfold, each step a brushstroke on the canvas of your destiny. God's plan for you is unfolding, even when you can't see it, even when the path feels winding and unclear. It twists a puzzle to your mind. He's opening doors no one can shut, their hinges oiled with His grace, placing people in your life to help you, their hands an extension of His love, giving you peace in the storm. It's calm, a gift in the chaos, protecting you from unseen dangers, their threats dissolving in His shadow, providing for your needs, His provision a feast in the wilderness, transforming your heart. It's change, a miracle within, answering your prayers in His perfect way and time, His answers a surprise of joy, and preparing you for a purpose that will glorify Him, its fulfillment a crown of glory. If you're seeing these signs, doors opening unexpectedly, their creak a song of hope, peace holding you steady, its strength a rock, provision arriving just in time, its arrival a miracle, transformation deepening within you, its growth a bloom. Know that God is with you, working all things for your good, His hand shaping your story. Trust Him, even when the journey feels long, its miles a test, even when the answers aren't what you expected, their difference a gift. He's been faithful through every step, His love a constant flame, His plan a promise etched in stone, His presence a gift that never fades, guiding you to a future where His glory shines through you.